Hey there, Wanderers. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Car Park Levels theme deck. Alright, and there we go. There's the deck. Beautiful looking box. Big fan of the hinge designs for these boxes. And it's got a cool picture here of the Wayfinder. And just love the overall look of this. Looking like a garage door. Alright, so let's get it open. Right, it just hinges open like that. Very nice. On the inside we've got the very cool Death Moth logo here. And the deck itself, very nicely contained in the box. And there's the deck. So one thing to note is that for this deck we've actually created a special border around the card. And the borders are holographic, so it looks very cool. Alright, you can already see that wild looking border right there. And the whole deck just feels really nice. I like that it's not overly holographic too, it's really just the borders and then you have more of a glossy interior. But the main thing is going to be the full art cards. Every card in the deck is full art, which is just amazing to see. Because the art is beautiful, it's definitely one of things I really like about this game. And in addition to that, we've actually updated the size of the numbers on the side and the icons. So that's all going to be a little bit easier to see. So you'll notice the room icon up here is a little bit bigger. The numbers are a little bit more readable. And yeah, just very happy with this. In the corner, we have this cool little traffic cone here. Love the look of that. And yeah, so we have here 4 left turns. We have 4 right turns. We have 5 straightaways. We've got 2 security checks. 2 pile-ups, 2 blockades, 2 stairwells, 2 inclines, 1 abandoned lot, and 1 desolate lot, 1 destroyed lot, 1 vending room, 1 service bay, 1 collapsed parking level, 1 control room. Then we have the golden exit and the void, of course. Got 2 smilers, 1 memory worm, 1 death moth, 1 wayfinder, 1 enforcer, 1 minus moth, 1 ancient worm, 1 shadow lurker, and 1 Sighton U. Then for items, we have 1 liquid paint, 1 hex pipe, 2 petrol shrooms, 1 smudge pot, 1 memory fluid, 1 clockwork torch, 1 oil slick shrooms, 1 key card, and 1 navigating orb. And then bonuses to this deck include the Aaliyah's Enforcer, new companion, and then we have a pre-release Aqua Zone card, the Pack Rat. And then at the end here we have the rulebook, QR code, and we have the round reminder card. And on the back of that is going to be the icons as well as the deck building guide on the bottom. So this deck has a little bit of everything, honestly. The way it was constructed was that we wanted something very balanced that showed off a lot of interesting cards from the set, and I think this deck really captured that. Plus the full art just looks fantastic. So let's take a quick look over at the brand new companions for this deck. We have the Aaliyah's Enforcer. While Aaliyah's Enforcer is your companion, you may pay 7 sanity to discard any card on the field of play that's not a permanent fixture. Each time you use an attack item, he adds an edge of extreme force, allowing you to deal +1 damage for each attack item already attached to an engaged entity. And of course it's going to give you 5 sanity when you engage and bring him into the party. And yeah, just really nice to have another companion for the car park. Because it started off pretty thin with just having Oliver the Guide, but then, you know, we did get Overdrive Marion, and now we have Aaliyah's Enforcer, so definitely pumping up the numbers for the companions. And just such a cool look to this one. Francisco does such a good job with this art, so I just really enjoyed this one for sure. Very happy to see this has a physical card now. Alright, and then we have the Pack Rat. So the upcoming Aqua Zone set has a lot of unique things going on with it. The Pack Rat is one of the new companions for the set. We actually have a few companions for the set, but Pack Rat is one we wanted to send out a little bit early, so we included it with the deck, and it is just a spectacular companion. So first of all, you gain 5 sanity when you engage, and then what's going to happen is you can choose one of 2 things. You can choose to either search the pool pile for the first 2 items and add them to your inventory, or you add the Pack Rat to your inventory as a companion. And while you have Pack Rat as your companion, you can place up to 2 items in the inventory slot that it occupies, so it can hold 2 items for you. And I just thought that was such a fun idea. But yeah, that is a very cool addition to this deck that I know nobody expected, but we're very happy to be able to throw that in there so you can get just a little bit of a preview for the upcoming set and just enjoy this fantastic art. This is one of our new artists, Jake Posh, so you'll see a little bit of his work in the upcoming set as well. But Pack Rat is spectacular. It looks like something right out of Redwall. All right, let's look at the rest of the deck. So just in case you're not familiar with the Car Park set, because there's a number of people who just didn't have the chance to get much out of it. The supplies were pretty much already dwindling, or they were just entirely gone. We sold out pretty fast for the Car Park level. So let's take a look through the cards and you can kind of see what's in here. So Liquid Pain, of course, classic. Got a 2 damage, but you do take 2 sanity loss. And just spectacular design. I really love this version of the Liquid Pain. So it looks so cool having the gasoline canister there with all the stickers on it and stuff. Very neat looking item. We have the Hex Pipe. I love the Hex Pipe. It definitely came in as one of the more exciting items from the Car Park, just because it's a item that deals 1 damage when you first use it, and then every round after that it's going to hit for 1 additional damage, so that damage just builds up over time. And also, this is one of my favorite arts. Interesting looking, like energy. It's almost kind of malignant, scary looking. Hex Pipe is so cool. And then we have the Petrol Shrooms. Had to throw a couple of these in here. They're very powerful. They're going to deal 4 damage when you use them, but you do have to lose 3 sanity upon use. So it's kind of like the Hex Pipe as well, because it deals 4 damage initially, and then every round it's going to deal 1 additional damage, although you do have to lose 1 additional sanity each round that it's active. But I mean, that's 4 damage off the bat. 2-3 turns, most entities will be done. So very useful. And man, just love the way this one looks. I always love that you can see the pillar behind it, the support column behind it, and just such a cool look to it. All right, so we got 2 of those. We have the Smudge Pot. Can't forget the Smudge Pot. It's definitely one of the most valuable and powerful weapons that you can possibly find in like the whole game out of any. It's going to deal 5 damage and give you 2 sanity back when you use it. And also, the engaged entity won't be able to attack you on the following round. So you get 1 round where you just don't have to deal with the effects of anything. Right, next we have the Memory Fluid. So the Memory Fluid has a couple of different uses. You can use it to actually tame some of the wyrms. In this deck specifically, you have the Memory Wyrms. You can use this while the Memory Wyrm is on the field of play, pay 7 sanity, and you take that Memory Wyrm and put it in your inventory as an attack item. So that's one option. Instead, you can use it, paying 7 sanity, of course, so you can discard this item to rearrange the top cards of each space on the field of play, except for the room card you're currently in. But it lets you rearrange everything else. It's very cool. But yeah, I like that this one has a couple of different uses. I wanted to make sure there was at least 1 wyrm in here. We actually have 2 wyrms because we have the Memory Wyrm and the Ancient Wyrm. So at least a couple of wyrms to use this item on, as well as just using it for the rearranging effect. It's very powerful. So another personal favorite, we have the Clockwork Torch. This is a wearable item. You equip it, and then at the start of every movement round, you can look at the top card of your deck in hand and choose to either keep it on top or put it on the bottom. So it gives you a little bit of foresight into the future. And there's no cost to use it, which is huge. So this one is always an auto pickup when I get the chance. I love this one. I will always pick it up when I have the opportunity to do so. Yeah, great item and spectacular looking art. Very cool. All right, next up we have the Oil Slick Shrooms. So this one is another very powerful weapon. It does come with a heavy sanity cost of 5, but you deal 4 damage, and then it actually halves the entity's attack rounded up. So if it deals 3 damage, for instance, normally, it goes down to half, so 1.5, and then rounds up to 2. So I mean, you're shaving off 1 deck and hand damage every round, and 4 damage is pretty nice. You can take out a lot of smaller entities with that. So, and very cool background. Again, I really like this style that some of these items have. All right, next up we have the Key Card. Everybody loves the Key Card. It's a nice little utilitarian item. You can use it to get into certain rooms, like the vending room. You can spend it in. You can use it to get into the control room, and we have 1 of each of those in the deck, so you'll definitely be able to utilize this. And each time you use it, you gain 1 sanity back. And great design on this one, of course. Really love the look of that. All right, the final item is going to be the Navigating Orb. This is another wearable item. So while you have this equipped, you'll draw all your navigation points, choose the order, and then place them out. But again, it does cost 4 sanity to use when you want to activate it. But you can just always hold on to it and use it, when you need to, when it seems like it would be best. Maybe in combination with the Clockwork Torch, because then you kind of know what's on top. You have the choice of when that card is going to get placed down. So it's pretty nice. And gorgeous art. Really nice. This one's by Aaron Radley. Really like the design on this one. All right, now we're on to entities. So we have the Memory Wyrm first up, And this is a tameable creature. It's one of two, actually one of three in the set, but one of two in this deck. So this is one of the few ones that you can use that memory fluid on to tame, and then once tamed it can be used as an attack item from your inventory. But if you just engage it and are fighting it, it's going to deal 2 deck and hand damage every round with -4 sanity. But if you use it as an attack item, you can deal 2 damage with it, so pretty good. Alright, next up we have the Death Moth, one of the few friendly entities in this deck. This version of the Death Moth works a little differently than the lobby levels version. This version allows you to draw the top 3 cards of the pool pile, check to see if there's any items, and if there are, you can take one of them into your inventory. And whether or not you find an item, you're still going to gain 1 sanity from the engagement. But yeah, this is a pretty good version. I do like the lobby level version a little bit better, but this is a really nice version to have with the car park level. It's a little bit more chancy, but gorgeous design. Next up we have the Wayfinder, definitely a personal favorite, top 10 in the whole set I would say. Wayfinder has a very unique effect. Once you engage it, you get to take top card of the pool pile and choose any unfriendly entity to place that card onto. This is one way that the car park level kind of makes up for not having any concealment items. This is a kind of a concealment effect, but at the same time it doesn't count as one, so you can cover up things that ordinarily wouldn't be able to be concealed because it's not technically a concealment. The cool thing is just engaging it gives you 4 sanity, and then if you do cover an entity it gives you an additional 2. So that's +6 sanity and just 1 engagement as long as you have the necessary conditions to fulfill. Yeah, definitely one of the best ones. Had to have at least 1 in here, but really love the Wayfinder. Alright, next up we have the Enforcer. So this is basically the mini conductor. When you engage him, he'll automatically summon an unfriendly entity from the pool pile, so just whatever comes up first. So the way we play it traditionally is that the summoned entity will go into the space that we engage the Enforcer from. So it's kind of like his backup, basically. And also another thing to note is that he's immune to poison and liquid effects, so you have to be really careful about what you use against him. Each round he's going to be dealing 2 deck and hand damage with 4 sanity loss upon engagement and 4 health. So he's not huge, but he's not small. He's going to take a little bit of effort to get rid of. Alright, next up we have the Minus Moth. Also a personal favorite, to be honest. As far as unfriendlies, I really like the effect this one has. When you defeat it, you're going to regain the topmost item from the discard pile back to your inventory. So depending on how you plan it, you could get something really valuable back if you manage to engage this Minus Moth at the right time and take it out. So this one's going to be dealing 2 deck and hand damage every round with -5 sanity upon engagement and 3 health. So it's not really that hard to take out, but it's got that really valuable effect. I mean, as long as the timing is right, that's the main thing. Alright, next up we have the Ancient Worm. This is honestly a brutal creature. So this entity is not messing around. Now the biggest issue with having it around is that while it's on the field of play, whether or not it's engaged, it's going to be dealing 3 sanity loss to you each round due to this persistent poison effect. Now what you can do is you can actually use the memory fluid to tame it, but you have to engage and weaken it down to 2 health and then use the memory fluid to tame it. So at that point you're going to be able to use this to deal 5 damage to an engaged entity. It's a very, very large creature, so you've got to deal 6 damage to it and then you can tame it. So you just want to be really careful about what items you use, and it's going to be all about timing. Sometimes it's going to take a little bit to chip that health away, but you know, you can eventually do it. And then if you can tame it, that's really nice. You're going to get that 5 damage attack from it, so very helpful. And then we have the Shadow Lurker. So the Shadow Lurker is kind of terrifying, to be honest. If you have a gem, when it appears on the field of play, it just automatically engages you. And that it doesn't matter whether you're engaged or not, it's going to come after you either way. And it's going to just kill whatever's there, and you're going to be dealing with this from now on. It doesn't mess around. That's 3 deck and hand damage every round, -6 sanity when you engage, which that could be enough to kill you right there, depending, and 5 health. So you really want to have something like a smudge pot to take this out if you can, because that 3 deck in hand will really drain you quickly. So you got to be very careful about that. Yeah, this one has ended more than a few games for me, that's for sure. Just that ambush effect is pretty brutal, and man, this art is some of my favorite. It's very, very spooky. And the last entity is going to be Sighton U. It's going to be 2 deck and hand damage every round, -5 sanity with 8 health. That's the tough part right there, 8 health. And also you can't use concealment items against it, which isn't really a big deal too much for the car park because there are no concealment items. So while it's not really a big deal in the car park, you will have more issues with it in the lobby level, for instance, or the Aqua Zone level, because there's going to be concealment items there too. Oh, I forgot there's two more. So we have the two Smilers. Those are the last two entities in the deck. And these are similar to the lobby level Smiler, but a little bit more powerful. It's still going to be dealing 1 deck in hand damage every round, still -4 sanity, but it does have 3 health, as opposed to the 2 health from the lobby levels. Now, the extra effect that this one has is that while you're engaged with this, it's going to reduce your navigation points by 1. So that could be really annoying. You might have a hard time getting stuff out on the field, depending on what is already out there at the time. But yeah, if you can, just get rid of this thing as quickly as possible. And of course, we have the Golden Exit, and the Void just sits on the field and it blocks space, and it's not cool. But I do like this iteration of the Void. Both of them have been interesting so far. The original lobby levels one sent an item to the discard pile. This one sends it to the bottom of the pool pile. So, I mean, not great either way, but yeah, I do like this one a lot. The illustration's really nice. And same with the Golden Exit. Richard always does a good job with these ones. All right, let's go over the rooms. We have the Destroyed Lot. It's going to be 2 from the pool pile, -5 sanity when you enter it, and then 4 navigation points. But the problem with this room is that you can't pick up items while you're in here, just because there's so much rubble and it's just treacherous. So there's no way to get items while you're in here. Right, we've got the vending room, definitely a personal favorite. 2 from the pool pile, 2 navigation points, and +4 sanity. This thing has saved my butt so many times. And the bonus effect for it is that you can either use the key card or spend a Painite gem in order to get any item back from the discard pile. But of course you have to lose the item or the gem if you decide to use one of those to get that item. But I mean, if you really need a specific item, that could be totally worth it. Plus, the Golden Exit doesn't require you to have a gem, so you could spend the gem and it's not as big of a deal as it would be in the lobby levels. And great illustration on this one. I'm a big fan of this particular room. Its power and the illustration are both just home run for me. Right, we've got the service bay. I largely undervalued this initially when I first got into the car park set, but I've come around to it a lot. It's 4 from the pool pile, 3 navigation points, but you do lose 5 sanity. But having 4 pool pile and 3 navigation is just really nice. Being able to get that many cards out onto the field, especially if you have a really built up deck in hand. It's nice to be able to drop a lot of cards out there and just see what opportunities open up, see what new entities or items come out, or maybe a room that you really need. But yeah, this is a good one for sure. And I love that you can see more of the art, because in the original version it's kind of cut off, but in this one you get a better full perspective of what's going on here, and it's just really nice to see. Right, then we got the collapsed parking level. This one I have not used that much, but it's also like very painful to go into. So it's 3 from the pool pile, 2 navigation, but -7 sanity, and that is brutal. Especially with how many things in here will sap your sanity. You got to be very careful about going in this room. So this room actually has an extra effect. While you're here, you can't engage any entities due to the unstable footing and hazardous environment. So you can't even engage anything while you're in here. Right, we've got the control room, legendary control room. Now, in order to even enter the control room, you have to have a key card. And once you enter, you're going to get 6 from the pool pile, 5 navigation points, and gain 8 sanity. And also additionally, while you're in the control room, you can rearrange up to 3 room cards on the field of play and relocate 1 entity to any other space. So you could just like really mess around, alter things a bunch, and hopefully clear a path for yourself. Next we have the abandoned lot, and the desolate lot and the abandoned lot are very similar. They're essentially just the same thing in opposite directions. We've got 3 from the pool pile for each card, 3 navigation points, but the main difference is the sanity. So the abandoned lot gives you 3 sanity, and the desolate lot takes 6 sanity away. But you definitely have to pay a lot if you're going in here, but sometimes you just really need to get cards onto the field, and taking the desolate lot is just the best option at the time. So you're going to get 1 each of those. Really nice to have at least 1 in the deck. Next up, one of my favorite rooms, the incline. So you get 2 of these. It's going to be 3 from the pool pile, 2 navigation points, +2 sanity. No special effects, but I just love this one. Incline's so helpful. Next up, we have the 2 stairwells. I like the stairwells a lot just because you get only 1 from the pool pile, but you get to place 2 navigation points down, and only at the cost of 2 sanity. These are very, very valuable to have. Sometimes I'll even put 4 or 5 in a deck. These are like a reflection of the Bright Halls, because those ones also gave you 1 from the pool pile and 2 navigation points, although they would take 5 sanity if you didn't have the Master Goggles or the Jar of Dark. So these ones, I like these ones a lot. Stairwell's definitely one of the best negative sanity rooms. They're not that negative, but you know, I mean, it's still negative, still a couple of sanity. Sometimes you can't afford that. Hopefully you can though. Next up we have the 2 blockades. So this is going to be 1 from the pool pile, 1 navigation, -3 sanity. These are dead ends. These are just another version of the dead end. Same stats, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you just kind of want to go to the blockade. It's not that much sanity loss and you're still going to get a little bit out. You're not going to deck out quite as quickly. You know, if you can afford the sanity loss, the blockade's not the worst place. Next we have the pile. We got 2 of these. This is the only room that I've seen that actually gives you 0 from the pool pile, but you still get 1 navigation point, and you have to deal with the -4 sanity. It's not great, but sometimes, you know, it's just the one option you have, especially if you have a lot of sanity and too much deck in hand. It's nice to not have to take anything from the pool pile. All right, next up we've got the 2 security checks. Security check is going to give you 1 from the pool pile, 3 navigation points, and -5 sanity unless you have the key card. So if you have the key card, you just equip with it, you can walk right through without having to deal with that sanity loss. That's pretty nice. 1 from the pool pile and 3 navigation points. That's really good. Just being able to put that many cards out, provided you have a lot of deck in hand, or you want to deck out maybe. Yeah, those ones are really cool. I really love that effect of the security cameras looking down. Right, next up we have 5 straightaways. Straightaway is classic. It's going to be 2 from the pool pile, 2 navigation points, 2 sanity gain. Just so helpful. These are great to run into. And it's not quite as powerful as a hallway because you're only getting 2 from the pool pile instead of 3, and 2 sanity instead of 3 sanity. But these ones are so good. Then we've got the right turns and the left turns, because these are essentially the same thing, but just in opposite directions. So 2 from the pool pile, 1 navigation point, and +1 sanity, and the left turn goes counterclockwise, the right turn goes clockwise, as far as the navigation points. So I like how thematic these are, because even in the art, it's showing you like what direction you're going. So it's just really neat to see, and the way the mechanic works, I'm a big fan of. All right, that is the whole deck. Car park theme deck. I'm very excited for this to finally be out. It's great that people are going to be able to get their hands on these car park cards and give those mechanics a try, and the addition of these 2 bonus cards I am extremely thrilled with. So it's also nice that the reference card is here. I always love to see that included, and it's, you know, it definitely makes it more approachable. This can be a nice little guide to go off of, and with the deck building as well, so you have more cards. This makes more sense for that. But just very excited about this. It's really great to see that this is out. So I hope that everyone has a good time with this and enjoys the availability of these cards and all these beautiful full art pieces right here. It's amazing to see the full art for a whole deck. Man, gorgeous. Yeah, I'm super thrilled about this, and I hope everyone out there is enjoying it. And yeah, let us know how you like the deck. Let us know if you've had any exciting moments with it. So I know there's a lot of potential here for just crazy things to happen, and you know, just have a good time. Switch out some of the entities with the companions here, and just have a blast. I'll be posting a playthrough soon. I'm gonna definitely play around with this, probably create some scenarios to go with it that I'm gonna share with the community, and you know, that gives everyone a chance to play with the deck a little bit more, get a little bit more accommodated to the mechanics, to the items, the entities, all the unique effects we have in here. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Can't wait to hear what your opinions are about this new deck and your experiences with it. And yeah, hope you had a good time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Once you fall into the car park, there's a good chance you won't make it out. Trapped in some bizarre, unending lot, you find yourself drawn into the mysteries of this strange and eerie structure, encountering endless runways of asphalt and old dilapidated street signs. You hardly notice the shadows in the distance that flicker and then dissipate into the hazy air. Disgusting worms of monstrous size track your every move, and Sighton U and the Shadow Lurker are always watching, searching for an opportunity to take you down in any number of crumbling and destroyed lots. Smilers seek to limit your options as you navigate, but helpful items such as the keycard and Clockwork torch can guide your way and get you into places these entities would rather you not access. Offensive items are also within reach, and you'll find yourself slinging about oil slick and petrol shrooms to take these unfriendlies down to size as you search out the golden exit to escape from this unending nightmare. Additionally, you may come across the ever-useful memory fluid, which provides multiple possibilities, allowing you to tame the wyrms or reorient the field of play itself as you lose some sanity to create a new pathway for yourself, and keep your eyes peeled in case you come across Elias Enforcer, a powerhouse companion that can provide a major edge in this terrifying concrete world. Steel yourself for a tough journey, and given enough time, luck, and determination, you may survive this long enough to stumble upon the golden exit. The Car Parks level theme deck is scheduled for release in the first week of November 2025, so secure your copy now for $25 and guarantee your place among the first to enjoy this amazing theme deck. Pre-orders ensure availability at launch, as supplies will be limited. As always, thanks for your continued interest in our amazing game. Stay safe out there and keep on running.